we are taking you to the down and dirty of the pros and cons of North Asheville living. What it's like to live on the north side of downtown and right below Woodfin. There are lots of wonderful things about this area and a few things you probably want to avoid. $8?
Not good at math.
It's a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Pro number one, location. If you look right behind us here, you are going to see downtown Asheville. We're going to walk straight out of downtown Asheville and head to North Asheville. And where we are on the map is in between Woodfin and downtown. So you have flanking on the left-hand side, I-26, and on the right-hand side you have Town Mountain, which is a mountain with beautiful views, but also separates East Asheville and downtown.
Yep.
So we're going to go check out this area and see what it looks like to live in North Asheville. Some of the pros about the location are what, Evelyn?
Location to really a lot of your needs. There's grocery stores, places to get your car done, shops, bike shops, there's a ski shop, there's to get your hair done. Anything you need, 5-10 minutes away. But the only Trader Joe's in Asheville is right here.
Oh yeah, and you have Whole Foods, you have Harris Teeter, you have Ingles.
The Chop Shop, great place to get meat and fresh fish. The Farmer's Market, the North Asheville Tailgate Market.
Yeah.
It's great.
So what's cool is it's all really condensed, but in a suburban type of feel a little bit.
Yeah, it's very walkable around here. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean there's sidewalks. So there's parks everywhere. I mean, we just happened to stumble upon the skating park.
Yeah, we're in a skate park now. Living in North Asheville has so many different advantages, and we're going to talk about some cons too, because there definitely are some. The advantages, for me, kind of outweigh the con. When you live north of downtown in North Asheville, let's not go off this cliff. There are many different neighborhoods in the area, which is really diverse and diverse price ranges as well. You have old homes and newer builds and really planned communities as well.
The homes here are closer together. We're not going to have big spread out, 1-acre lots. That's not what we're finding here. You will get to know your neighbors, maybe feel a little cozy. But to that point, the neighborhoods often have their own Facebook groups, their own community groups. I'm actually planning, I live in North Asheville, and I'm actually planning a block party for my neighborhood group. There's definitely that neighborly feel walking through, people walking dogs. That's how we all get to know each other.
Everybody has a dog.
A dog or a child.
Do you have to have a dog to live in Asheville?
A dog or a child, I think.
A dog or a child?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a prerequisite.
Yeah.
What about cats? Poor cats.
Who cares about cats?
Okay. Hey, I care about cats. I like cats. One of the cons about living in North Asheville is there's quite a few people who do live in North Asheville.
That's true.
You're not going to be the only one because of its proximity to downtown and all the local resources, and it's just quite fun.
Yeah.
In general. So we're at the Trader Joe's right now, and this parking lot is notorious for not, you have to kind of time it right.
Yes, it can be a headbanger for sure.
It becomes an art. But what's funny about today is we came here to show you the cluster that is the Trader Joe's parking lot, and there's tons of parking spaces. So. But Trader Joe's is one of my favorite grocery stores to go to because you can get nice, organic, healthy food for not much money.
Yeah.
And we don't mean to take you right back to a pro, but it is hard when we're talking about North Asheville, because there is such diversity in grocery stores and price points in grocery stores too. Because you do have the best. I think it's the best area in Asheville for grocery stores.
Oh yeah, you have such a variety to choose from. This is the only Trader Joe's in the area. Then you have Whole Foods close by, Harris Teeter, Ingles. The Chop Shop that I mentioned, specialty for meat and seafood. The farmers markets galore. There are farmers markets
in North Asheville.
Yeah, the North Asheville Farmers Market is at UNC campus every Saturday all throughout the year. It is fantastic. You'll learn all about these fun things when you're here.
And if you're looking to move to the area, this is exactly what we'll do. And we're absolutely not put out. So reach out any of the ways down below, email, text, what have you. And we'd be glad to help you. We have time and we're ready. So Merriman Avenue is the main corridor that goes from downtown to North Asheville, and they just widened a lot of it to add a bike lane, which is awesome, but also adds a little bit more congestion to the road, and some people complain about Merriman Avenue and that it's a pain to drive up and down. I don't have a problem. I think you just have to know how to work it. But sometimes, people have trouble with with traffic.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, you've lived in cities. I mean, do you think that Asheville has a problem with traffic and parking in general?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I come from a big urban environment, and this traffic is nothing compared to what I've been used to. We actually appreciate that it keeps moving, it keeps going, it keeps flowing. Parking, I mean, I love it. It's free.
Mostly, it's not free downtown, but
but
it's free in most other places.
Yeah.
You don't pay for parking.
Well, also at the garages downtown, it's free for the first hour, and then we're talking $2 an hour. This is nothing compared to other cities.
What's interesting about North Asheville, too, is some of the homes have parking and some of the homes don't. And we're going to go check out a couple homes in just a minute, so stay tuned.
Yep.
So some of them have parking, some of them have on-street parking,
Yeah.
which is not normal for Asheville in general. Normally, we don't have on-street parking, but in North Asheville, you come
We do.
across that more often than not.
It's true.
And some people also are concerned about having garages.
Yeah.
And some homes here don't have garages. We don't necessarily need garages because the weather is quite mild.
That's what people say. It's temperate, it's mild. When we moved here, we were shocked. We do not have a garage, but we need to put things in places. So how we do that is outdoor storage bins, storage like containers that you can lock to put bikes in, yard tools, yard maintenance, things like that.
Yeah, and we have basements here too. I have a lot of clients call me all the time. They're like, I must have a garage.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
why? Let's go check out some more pros of living in North Asheville.
Yeah.
And one has to do with being around nature. And it's one of the main draws of people moving to Asheville in general. And it's absolutely something that is unique for Asheville to have so much nature built in to an area so close to downtown.
All right.
One of the things people love about living in North Asheville is the proximity to all the cafes and the restaurants and, of course, downtown. But there's a lot of people here who are just kind of hanging out on beautiful days. Waiting to be your friend. Or
So
they're
true.
probably just doing their own thing. And that's All Day Darling right there. And they have wonderful food. But we're going to go check out this home now in the Montford area that has just hit the market. And it's really interesting because it's old.
Yeah, it's your typical historic Montford home. The historic homes here are preserved, so there are all rules around that. And I'm really excited to show you this one because it was built, Beth, in 1918.
Dang, that's old. I bet it has some character. So this is exactly what we help people do, and we have time to take on new clients now. So reach out any of the ways down below, and I cannot wait to see this home. Here we are, number 11. What a good number. Lovely. Well, a lot of these homes when we get in here, I noticed that are old always have like a slanty floor. I feel it a little bit, but not too much. Oh, it's adorable.
You can definitely tell this is original hardwood floor, basically throughout. And then I love the wainscoting.
It adds such depth to the walls. And the fireplace, I bet it's not gas. I bet it's wood burning. I guess
That
it
is
works.
definitely wood burning.
Sometimes in these old homes too, that's like just for show now. They don't actually function anymore because it's too intense to like get it back up to par. But these old homes too, I'm kind of a fan of rooms. There's a lot of people now that really like open concept. I like rooms. I think it's because I live with a lot of people. I don't live with a lot of people, but I do. I like little zones per se. And this home has that. Let's go in here.
Absolutely. Yeah, look at this. So now you're going from one room to the next. I mean, a lot of these were closed off, back in 1918 to keep the house cool and warm. So right now you have a huge flow. You've got double French doors over here. You've got French doors over there. You're flowing into the kitchen. You're flowing into the living room.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a study / TV room, and what's in the front, like a den.
Yeah, or your old school living room when people had living rooms and then family rooms. So that would be your living room when you first come in. This is your more casual family room.
And this is Montford. So Montford is known for its porches. And this home has a few porches.
Yeah, there's two right here, one in front and one in back. There's the back of the house and here's the front of the house right there.
I love it.
Yeah, we're just under 2,000 square feet here.
So back in the day, people used to come to Montford for their breathing porches during the tuberculosis time because it was touted as a place to heal your lungs.
Yeah.
So people would come from all over the U.S. to Asheville, North Carolina to recover.
Yeah, and sleep. They would sleep outside in these porches, which is why a lot of them are screened in, such as this one right here.
Okay, let's go look. Let's go out here and look. It's so fun to like sit out on these porches and watch people walk by. So Montford is one of the few areas that has like sidewalks, and you'll really meet a lot of your neighbors that are walking through. I even see a little bit of a peak of a mountain view over there.
Yep, that's Town Mountain over there. We have the city over here. North Asheville is this way. And it's true, it's very walkable. Some people ask, where can we go where we can walk places? Montford is absolutely one of them. Sometimes there won't be sidewalks, but people are still walking in the streets with the dogs and bike riding. And a lot of the sidewalks are made out of old bricks. Oh, it's so cool. Just walking over, you have to be careful and don't wear heels because they're not exactly stable.
And a lot of people, maybe Evelyn did. I don't know. Do you wear heels? A lot of
Yes, I do.
Okay, Evelyn is an exception, but a lot of people in Asheville don't dress up that much anyway. We got to be rugged. So I'm just noticing on this porch too that the ceiling is blue. Do you know anything about that?
I know it's a Charleston thing.
I do too. Someone
it's not
just
really
told
an
us.
Asheville thing. It's a Charleston thing, but I
Yeah.
think it has to do with ghosts and moving on in the world. And
What happened, Justin? The spirits get stuck up there?
I think
The spirits get stuck up there.
oh, so then it keeps them away because the evil spirits think that's water because it's blue, and they can't cross water, so it keeps them away from this porch.
So this is what 0.10 acres near downtown Asheville will get you. It's absolutely adorable. Like, you don't even need like a full lawnmower to live in this yard, but it has lots of charm and character. They even did some really nice landscaping. But yeah, this is so tiny, and it has like a little garden hut. A lot of times in the city, you're not going to get a lot of privacy, but we have so much vegetation here and greenery. You can mask the closeness of neighbors really easily. And so here's the screen porch off the back of the home, and they even have a hammock hanging and another blue ceiling and an open back porch too, which is awesome. How cool is it to have a porch that you can have a hammock on? Because the weather in Asheville is really 3 seasons outside, wouldn't you say?
Amazing. Yeah, just to come out here and take a siesta in the middle of the day, just like Beth is doing right now.
Now that we've covered the porch area, let's go to the kitchen.
Yes, one of the best places. So here we have a pass-through, like a butler's pantry.
Look
This
at these
is
old cabinets,
definitely
these built-in cabinets.
original, vintage for sure. I love it.
Oh, look
Right.
at this.
Oh, how fun!
How smart is that? In a place like you need a little bit more space, it's a walking area.
Right, they're definitely making this efficient for the space. I love it how they're just putting it together, being creative. Now, this is what I would call a home with vintage vibes with modern updates.
I love that. That's my favorite.
Yeah, they kept the woodworking, the wainscoting, the built-ins, but then they updated it with, keeping the integrity and the character of the home.
There's new appliances here. Oh, look at this staircase.
Oh, I love a good staircase.
I love a good staircase. This has so much character, but it is an old house. So what are some of the pitfalls of buying an old house?
Well, it's in a historic area, so you need to adhere to the historic Montford rules for updating or renovating a house. So that's number one. Number two is, the windows. The windows are going to be old. You can see this one right here. I mean, oh my gosh, this window is in working condition. It's fine, but it's not double pane. There aren't any screens, but it's gorgeous. So you have that vintage feel.
Oh, here's a primary bedroom.
And we have another wood-burning fireplace.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully that's working.
If it works. You think it works?
I
There's some
am
logs in
not
there.
sure. So older homes actually have bigger rooms. So this is a nice, spacious bedroom, don't you think?
It's beautiful. Here is the primary bathroom. It looks like it used to be something else. Look at this window. How cool.
Oh, that is nice. That's really sweet.
It's like you're on a boat.
Yeah, so once again, we have the vintage feel, but with the modern updates. So even just with the subway tile over here, keeping the older windows.
So this is a great example of what you find in Montford in general.
That's true.
And you're not going to have a huge lot size usually because you're so close to all the action. So this is really for someone who loves historic homes, who may or may not know, what to do with historic homes too. You kind of have a little bit of knowledge when you get into some of these, right?
Yeah, and this one actually has central heat and central AC. We don't see that often. Sometimes they don't have AC, they have ductless units put in, which is fine. It's really about preference and what you know. But you want to check and make sure the plumbing, the electrical's been updated. I have to say, my guess is this one has been. I mean, 1918, come on.
It's really well taken care of. You can see throughout they've maintained it. So how many bedrooms is this and how many bathrooms?
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms upstairs, and then there's a bathroom downstairs.
So comment down below and tell us how much you think this house
is
on the
say
market
one more thing.
for us. Yeah.
Before you comment, there's no garage. So remember, parking's on the street.
So when you have parking on the street here, what are some of the things that you need to watch out for?
Put your mirrors in if you have big cars. Lock your doors. Just be reasonable and sensible.
Are there bears here?
Yes, there are bears in Montford. There's actually quite a bit of bears in Montford.
In the city?
Oh, yeah, because this is where the garbage is. So remember, there's no garage. So guess what? They keep their garbage in a garbage can outside. This happens all over, and the bears know this. They know this so much that they come out on garbage day.
Bear buffet day.
If you see garbage on the streets of Asheville,
it's not because we're throwing things everywhere. We really do care. But the bears don't.
No, they don't. They'll go and they'll just leave it there. Right now we have a mom and 4 cubs in our neighborhood.
We need to do some bear education to let them know to clean up the streets. Yum! Oh my gosh. Spring is in the air in Asheville. I love it. So you all have probably already commented down below because you're good people. And you're probably wondering how much this home is on the market for. Do you know?
I do know.
How much is it?
It's in the mid 800s. 800,000.
That's really good for Montford, isn't it?
It's consistent with what we're seeing in the market right now for this condition. It looks like it has a new roof. It's been well cared for. Yes, it has a vintage charm, but it has a lot of modern updates, and that's what people are really looking for.
And you're across the street from All Day Darling Cafe, and you are 4 minutes walking from downtown. So let's explore a few cons about living in this area, and then we're going to hit another house. We are on Beaver Lake right now, which is absolutely stunning and really, really big. There's miles of walking trails, and there's homes all around this area, too. So you do have to have a permit, but you can come out here and fish and hang out.
Well, so what you need a permit for is anyone can come out here, of course, but you do need a permit if you have a dog. To walk your dog needs a permit around here.
I didn't know that.
It is a private lake. It's owned by the people that are around it. And so then you also need permits if you want to do fishing or any kind of paddle boating or non-motorized boating, anything on the lake.
So let's talk about the homes around here, because right around the lake there's some older homes, but if you look on the other side of the road, we have the Asheville Country Club and we have some homes that are more modern in design. So it's kind of eclectic. So how much do homes cost in this area?
So generally we're seeing definitely upper 750s up and well into the millions.
Yeah, because it just depends on if it's been updated or not, or if it's a newer build.
And how big, and the size, and are you on the lake, or do you have the mountain views? All those things add value.
It's just so peaceful here. I can totally imagine just coming out in the morning and walking around this lake. And even right now, I mean, we're in the middle of the afternoon on a Thursday afternoon, and there's not that many people here.
Yeah.
And then how long does it take to get to downtown? I mean, we're right off Merriman Avenue right now, but it doesn't feel like it. So I would say driving-wise, what? 5 minutes?
No, I would say about 10.
10 minutes from downtown?
We're still further
Maybe I drive
north.
like a maniac.
I think you do. I've been with you.
Hey!
So the point is that you're so close. You're close to downtown Asheville. You're close to Woodfin and Weaverville because we're a little bit more north. And you're pretty close to the river. The river is just right over there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
so you could go rafting or tubing or whatever, a hop, skip, and a jump away, and hiking trails. Blue Ridge Parkway's close. One pro, like a really strong pro about living in North Asheville is the proximity to nature, because it's almost intertwined with the lifestyle, and in North Asheville. I mean, because you have a couple lakes. There's a couple lakes. There's walking and hiking trails in North Asheville, like right around UNCA. There's the botanical gardens.
Yeah.
There's quite a few parks. There's 2 or 3 different greenways. There's bike lanes.
Yeah.
There's mountains to walk up.
I mean, the city did a great job including all of this nature, keeping the nature as a part of the community in an urban environment. I mean, we are really so close to downtown with all the conveniences and the fun and all the entertainment. So there's so much to do. You have nightlife minutes away, and here's your day life.
And here's your day life. I love that. Let's hit on one of those cons, because they're important, and it's important for us to be transparent about what life would really look like if you lived in North Asheville. And one of the cons that I've really seen is the cost. Cost. It's going to cost you a lot more to live.
It's true.
This close to everything and with nature surrounding you.
Yeah, so we're talking about the home price itself and taxes.
Yeah, because you're in the city.
Right, you're paying a county tax and a city tax.
Yeah, and we have a lot of clients that are coming to us and are like, we don't want to live in Asheville city limits because we don't want to pay the double taxes. But sometimes they're really kind of shooting themselves in the foot because it's not that much.
Yeah, and it supplies your utilities.
Yes,
they supplies the garbage and the water and the street cleaning and all the things that
and you have access to the public school system if that's important to you. And we have highly rated public school systems in the city of Asheville. Yeah. So I mean, so the cons can be like, it just costs more to live in this area. I know when I first moved to Asheville, I purposely didn't buy here because I just couldn't. I ended up in Candler at the time, you know? The affordability is just not what it used to be. I mean, you can get a 2-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow for $600, $700 minimum.
Yeah.
Near
That's
UNCA.
where the price per square footage is definitely closer. But Beth, it's like that at any city. The closer you are into the city, the closer you are into places of attractions and nightlife and day life and to work, to live on a daily basis, the home prices are going to be higher.
I like the sense of community, but I also like privacy, so, you know, it's a toss-up. Yeah. Asheville has a connotation of sometimes being a little strange, and in North Asheville, sometimes that overflows from the downtown area into the northern part. So I had clients that I helped recently buy a home a little bit behind Harris Teeter, Trader Joe's area, and they would sometimes find people across the street that were sleeping in the grass in like this. It wasn't a public space, but it just wasn't maintained. Nobody really lived there or owned it. And people would sleep across the street. And there's bus stops all along here, so if you need public transportation, it's really convenient. But with that, sometimes there's people that can easily access this area, so you get some transient people sometimes, usually closer to the downtown area than other places, but that can be a con for some people who live in this area. Evelyn likes to put it that Evelyn likes to say that it's a sided sketch, but
not scary. Sketchy, not scary.
Sketchy, not scary.
Sketchy, not scary.
Where we are headed now is to the second home, which is in the Beaver Dam area on Skyview Drive. And it's going to be built in the 90s, so it's going to be totally different than the home that we showed you before. And a lot more square footage. It's more of a long-term family type of home. And what's awesome about this is there's going to be more land attached with the home, but you're still going to have that proximity to downtown Asheville. You're going to be within, I would say, 7 minutes driving to downtown Asheville. Still really located in North Asheville, but a whole different experience. Can you go down this driveway? It looks really steep. Can you do it though?
I mean, I can do it.
You made it!
Yay!
Now that we made it down that driveway, we've arrived here in the Beaver Dam area of North Asheville, and you are going to find this house is totally different than the first house. You're a little bit on the side of a mountain, which is fun.
Yeah, I really like how they made use of this front yard. We are on a mountain, so it slopes down, so the home is lower than the road, and they're really making use of this front yard area with a fire pit over here. We're still keeping the trees in between the neighbors.
This is really nice. It's interesting because you don't see a lot of hanging out spaces in front yards. But you do in Asheville sometimes.
Yeah, you know, those front porches in
Yeah.
Montfort that we just were, and now here we are in Beaver Dam Run area, and yeah.
I think people just utilize flat space in general, wherever they have it, so.
Yeah.
Okay, should we go inside? Let's go inside. After you, madame.
Why, thank you.
So as you walk in, you can already get the feeling of this house, and it has been so well taken care of. It is open and airy. How big is this house?
So on the top floor, you're having about 2,000 square feet, and downstairs there's an additional 1,000, which I can't wait to show you in a little bit. But you can really feel that layout. So main level living, right? All the bedrooms and bathrooms are pretty much up here on the main floor, which people are loving. And check out this living room.
I love it. It's an open concept, so it's going to be different than before with all the zones and the older homes. You have a gas fireplace
Yep, I was just mentioning a gas fireplace here. Remember, this is 1998. The last house we were in was
1918.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
And vaulted ceilings. I mean, look how high these are. I love the art in here.
Wow, you're picture perfect.
Am I? Justin, can you take my picture? They
really,
totally redone this kitchen. Huh?
Yeah,
oh,
nice.
There's a wine cooler too.
Nice quartz countertops. You have the soft close cabinets. They stuck with the white appliances. I think white appliances are having a comeback these days.
I heard the word. A little dining room action. Should we check? Should we go see the bedrooms?
Yeah.
Don't look down here yet. It's not time. This is the primary bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
There's a nice, you can't feel it. You can try to feel it, but you can't feel it probably through your TV. There's a really nice breeze going through here right now. So the wonderful thing about Asheville is most of the time you can kind of keep your windows open or cracked. There's not a ton of bugs.
Yeah, a lot of ceiling fans. You'll see,
yeah.
and mostly, I mean, we have ceiling fans here, but you'll see a lot of ceiling fans a lot of times in every bedroom.
So yeah, it's not super taxing on your HVAC system in general. So your bills, your utility bills are quite lower, and it just feels good. A lot of these homes used to have whole house fans, and we didn't need air conditioning until the last few years, really.
Yeah, really because of the climate now.
Oh, this is beautiful. Look.
Oh, it's so happy.
Do you think this is, yeah, it is very happy.
is
It's
a
very
happy
yellow
home.
and happy.
Yeah.
So this could be a guest bedroom or just another bedroom. But look, it overlooks into the front where there is a fire pit. How fun would that be? Just to kind of wake up and like saunter out here for a morning coffee? I can't get out the door.
Morning coffee, sure, but I was kind of thinking late night
evening?
cocktails
Oh.
and then just stumbling back into bed. That's kind of where my mind went.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like morning meditation and you're like evening cocktail.
No, evening, friends, cocktails. And this is when you're so close to everything, but you really feel like you're in the middle of nature. Listen to these birds.
Yeah, what do you hear right now? I only hear birds. I don't hear any cars.
Right.
I don't hear anything else. We should look at the rest of the house because this house is really on one level, one main living area, and then there is a whole downstairs that you see often in North Carolina because, you know, anytime you are building on the side of a mountain, you have the potential to add extra square footage. I want you to think about also when you're looking at this house and you look and you've seen the other house previously, what do you think the cost difference is? So comment down below, try to guess, and tell us if you think it's going to be more, less, or about equal to the home that we saw closer to downtown.
And keep in mind, too, there is an attached 2-car garage, and the acreage on this one is 3/4 of an acre, and the last house was 0.10.
Oh, that's a big difference.
The last one you could walk, be downtown in 5 minutes. Here, you're not going to be walking
You're
to
going to be driving in about 10 minutes.
Correct. Yep, that's right.
Heading downstairs.
I can smell the fresh carpet.
Yeah, they put in brand new carpet. Look at all this space down here. So you'll find this often in North Carolina. It's just like these huge open areas downstairs that you can use as a media room, a family room, whatever you need, an office. This could be a huge office. If you have a private practice, like say you're into body work or chiropractic or therapy or whatever, you will be able to find different homes all over Asheville that have finished out basements that you most likely, unless it's in a restriction, you can probably use it as your place of business as well. That's what we help people do, is find the home that's perfectly united with what they need for their lifestyle. So reach out any of the ways down below. We are happy to help you. Oh, you know what we should do? There's something about this home that makes it extra special. Should we go upstairs?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
gorgeous.
Look at these views. You have wooded mountainside, you have long range views, so many layers of color here. Imagine this in the fall.
Oh, gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
And because it's on 3/4 of an acre, you have a little bit of grass area down here to have a garden if you wanted. You have that concrete driveway coming down. You have extra parking spaces. You have like 6 parking spaces at the bottom of the driveway. You have 3 different deck areas.
Right. And notice how they have this awning, this electric awning that stretches out to help with the sun, to give you shade. Very thoughtful.
I mean, a lot of people move here for the mountain views.
Yes.
And to find mountain views this close to town is absolutely unheard of.
Yeah, this is a gem. This neighborhood's a gem. It's established. So it is a neighborhood. There is an HOA. It's $200 a month. No, a year. Sorry.
$200 a year? That's a steal.
Yeah, $200 a year. So you know that's going to be for road maintenance, water drainage, things like that.
Yeah. Comment down below, how much do you think this is? More or less or equal to the home that we showed you earlier? So, beautiful home, North Asheville, Beaver Dam area. Evelyn, how much does it cost? Dun, dun, dun.
Well, just like the other house, we are back into the mid 800,000s.
But there's such a difference because you have so much more land, you have so much more privacy, you have mountain views, you have almost double the amount of square footage, right? And a 2-car garage.
We're further out though. We're further out. We're not walking distance to downtown. This doesn't have those vintage vibes that come with an older home. And we are on a septic system here.
So we still have city utilities here. Is that right? You have city water, but you have a septic system.
Correct.
Okay. And do they need to worry about a septic system or it's no big deal?
Well, a septic system is something we definitely want to get inspected when you're buying a home. You want to get it pumped, especially when you're buying a home, because then you can remember, oh, I bought this in 2024.
You need to pump it like every 2 or 3 years?
Maybe 5.
5 years. Okay, depending on how.
Depending on how many people are in the house, how big the septic tank is, we can talk all about that. But this isn't fun and sexy, so let's just...
Okay, so same price. Same price.
Yeah.
Totally different house. One of the most beautiful things about living in North Asheville is the access to nature and urban trails and the botanical gardens, which is a part of UNCA, University of North Carolina, Asheville. To have a resource so close to town is absolutely amazing because there are miles and miles of gardens that you can go tour. So we're going to walk around a little bit, show you around, and then show you some of the area around here where you could potentially live. So the Botanical Gardens is a non-profit, volunteer-based organization to preserve and promote plants native to the Southeast. There's lots and lots of trails, I guess. I don't know. I've never been here, actually. But it looks like there's lots of trails that you can walk around, a little creek you can visit. It's a nice place to be in nature. Let's see what's here. So where we are at this moment would be about a 3-minute drive to downtown Asheville, about a 3-minute drive to Beaver Lake, 5 minutes to Woodfin driving, and you can even probably walk downtown from this area, but we are absolutely surrounded by nature. So just imagine like you're working downtown and you have a lunch break and you want a little bit of a nature reprise. You can hop out here in about 4 minutes and be right next to a creek, sitting in the sun, enjoying your day, probably enjoying your picnic lunch, surrounded with nature. This is Asheville. This is North Asheville. There are so many beautiful parts to Asheville. It's quite endless and little pockets to discover. So perhaps the North is not your style and you want to check out the East Side. Click this video right here. And until then, ciao for now. Asheville. Asheville. North Asheville. North Asheville.
Yeah.